After a violent weekend in the Middle East, the conflict involving Israel has only escalated in recent days.
The Pulaski Day celebration, including an exciting parade, is coming up in Grand Rapids, and we have all the information.
And our interviewer talks with one of our most favorite teachers here at City.
All this and more on Pegasi News Network. Good morning, I'm Tanya Patel.
And I am Krishna Mano. We hope you all had a great field day and homecoming last week. Our first story is an update on the geopolitical situation in the Middle East, as well as here in the U.S.
Joining us now with more information on this is our global national correspondents, Alex and Sam.
We're back.
I'm Alex Burns, and this is my co-host.
Sam Ostro. Unlike last time when there was multiple of me.
Well, you were just a little younger. It's
That's
fine.
true.
Sam, you
I'm
can
back.
take the lead.
Yeah, sure. Tuesday morning into the afternoon, Iran launched a massive missile barrage on all of Israel, targeting Tel Aviv and over Jerusalem, with one reported death so far of this filming, a young Palestinian in Jericho, and multiple other injured.
Joe Biden has said he's going to aid Israel in fending off the missiles, but as this attack is so recent, we don't have more coverage on it yet.
In other news,
the debate is happening the night we're recording this, so we won't have seen it yet, but you guys will, and make sure to send in all the memes and everything that happens that we're going to miss.
the vice presidential debate.
The vice presidential debate. Most of the time, vice presidential debates aren't that important to the U.S. election, but this year, since Trump has said he won't be doing any more debates, this might be more important in terms of the polls.
And the last opportunity for the public to hear in a debate format
From
both
the candidates,
platforms.
yeah. Also in presidential news, Jimmy Carter turns 100. His last presidential term was in 1975, and making him the longest living president ever. The second oldest living president is the one we have right now.
Joseph Biden.
Joseph Biden.
That's it.
Hi, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Thank you guys. Moving on, the annual Pulaski Day celebration is coming back to Grand Rapids.
Joining us now with more information on this is our student interest correspondents, Leah and Olivia.
Thanks, Tanya. I'm Leah Lynn.
And I'm Olivia Barney.
Grand Rapids' annual Pulaski Day celebration has been going strong since 1973, and it is back again this year.
This is a week-long celebration that includes a parade, polka dancing, eating contests, live music, and authentic food. And it was founded as a way to share Polish culture with the entire Grand Rapids community.
This Saturday, October 5th, is the Pulaski Parade, which is taking place on the west side of Grand Rapids, starting at the intersection of West Fulton and Garfield.
City's very own marching band will be performing in the parade, including some of our PNN members. Go support Sam, Ari, and Leah.
Thank you, Leah and Olivia, but we're at that time of the show again. It's time for the rundown.
As you may all know by now, we have 1 minute to report as many stories as possible.
60 seconds on the clock, and go.
Hurricane Helene has devastated the southern states of Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, leaving at least 175 people dead. Before his visit to the region, President Biden has ordered 1,000 troops to secure the area and conduct search and rescue operations.
After the vice presidential debate, Trump's running mate Senator J.D. Vance came to campaign right here in Michigan, while Governor Tim Walz is busy in Pennsylvania, both heavily contested battleground states for this year's election.
In lighter news, recent striking reports have found that a Chinese zoo was painting dogs black and white to look like pandas. The zoo has actually decided to confess to this by putting up signs outside the panda enclosures calling them painted dogs.
And speaking of zoos, Mudang, a 2-month-old pygmy hippo in Thailand, whose name translates to bouncy pork, has been catching attention all over the internet. The beauty product company Sephora and the football team, the Washington Commanders, among others, have mentioned it for advertising purposes.
Parent-teacher conferences will be happening on Monday, October 7th from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Time slots can be reserved through a link found on City Highlights. And now, let's enter a world of sports in our next segment, the Sports Report with Sam and Ari Ostro.
Welcome back to the Sports Report with the Ostro Brothers. I'm Ari.
And I'm Sam. Baseball.
Baseball.
It's October, folks, and that means October baseball. The MLB playoffs have started, and your Detroit Tigers,
They're in it.
they are for the first time in 10 years.
10 years since
Yeah.
2014.
It's pretty amazing.
So, yeah.
Led by a young core and a hopefully Cy Young award-winning pitcher, Tariq Skubal.
Indeed, yeah.
Tigers are making a run. They play the Houston Astros, and the first game was on Tuesday. And we're recording this right now, and the Tigers are up 3-0 in the second inning. So hopefully that continues, and we can see them make a deep playoff run. You think they've got it?
Oh, for sure. I think they might play the Phillies in the World Series. That's my prediction as of right now.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I honestly don't have an idea. I'm hoping the Tigers will win. It's really great to cheer for a baseball team in the playoffs again. It's a great feeling.
It is. Yeah.
In other news, the Detroit Lions.
The Lions won on Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. It was a really good game.
Yeah,
Back
Jared
and
Goff,
forth.
18 for 18, 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery bounced off of a tackle.
You forgot to mention something.
And what was that?
Goff caught a touchdown.
That too.
Yeah.
The Philly special?
Yeah.
The Detroit special. Come on. Amazing play. Baseball will continue. Both of the wild card series, or all of the wild card series. There's
Taking
4
place
now.
right now.
Yeah, there's 4. So we've got great baseball coming up for you. And once again, we want to remind you that if you have any local sports scores, please reach out to me, Ari, Krishna, Tanya. We would love to showcase you on our segment. Thank you.
All right. Have a great week, guys.
Who am I here with today?
I am the DP psychology teacher, Mr. Miller.
What's the weirdest psychology experiment you have ever come across?
What do you mean by weird?
Like, strange.
Okay, probably the strangest one I've ever come across is one that they did in the 1970s in the bathroom in which they were filming people and how long it took them to go pee.
Okay. And what's the most common psychological myth that people still believe?
Full moon is a big one. Yeah, I'd say probably that's one of the bigger ones that I come across.
Okay. What TV show or movie gets psychology completely wrong?
I don't know. The problem is that I don't watch that much TV, so I'm kind of...
Okay. And if you had to describe your teaching style as a psychological theory, what would it be?
Bad.
And is cheesecake a pie or a cake?
That's a custard.
Thank you.
Hey Nolan, what you doing?
Burying some candy. Taking a page out of the book of the squirrels.
Why are you burying candy?
Recently, I've heard that all this candy is something to be worth $100,000. Please don't snicker at me. Because soon, all this candy will be the most valuable resource in the Milky Way. It's going to be pretty twixy to find all of this candy because I'm burying it up in this corner.
You are crazy.
York!
You're crazy!
Thank you all for joining us today for the PNN.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram for updates, discussions, and community engagement at Pegasi News Network.
We'll see you all next week at the same time on the same projector. But until then, smile every chance you get.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world, and you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile, and you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful